Hello, Brittany. How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the stream. What the hell? What is happening right now? There we go. How's everyone's day today, though? Welcome to the stream. Sorry, my iPad wasn't loading the stream's chat, which was weird. All right, we're playing the Stanley Parable today. If you don't know what that is, it's a game that is more of like a narration than anything. Gonna chill, play some Stanley Parable. And that's basically it. All right. Let's just get right into her. All right. This guy, long time no see, brother. Yeah, it has been quite a bit of time. Brother. English. Do you do subtitles? Yeah, we'll do subtitles. Have you played Stanley Parable before? No. Please adjust the slider till it's barely visible. There you go. Please enter your current time. 7:01. All right. Alrighty. Begin the game. All right. Yeah, it's been a bit since I've been on stream.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked...
I just want to turn it down just a bit. Field of view, 80. Audio, main volume. Who I've been? Well, I have been.
...for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on the keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day, every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders had.
Okay.
Though he had been made exactly for this purpose, Stanley was happy.
Stanley was happy.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
All right, let's step out of the office.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
All right, let's go to the meeting room. He gets his own office, huh? He must be pretty important.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Do we enter the door on our left or the right? Let's go right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps
All
he
right.
wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Wow.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Okay.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
All right, Matt.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Okay.
Someone you've been neglecting, someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Is he going auto mode? All right, let's keep going. Okay, what's this?
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. Reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Can I just...
As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunion.
I just unplugged the phone.
Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone? No, that wasn't...
This game is so sick.
How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly. I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely closed. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes on, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I'm so mistaken.
Damn.
You've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't take a risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world.
Okay.
Let's observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if
Okay.
used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make?
I forget how to read.
Here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
A back sack practice.
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making
What the
process.
fuck is?
Medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant. And the
True.
feeling should subside.
True.
At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Okay.
Welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed in good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been.
All right.
Please.
Just hit the door. Is there another way out? I kind of want to just do everything he doesn't want me to do. Up, back this way?
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
I love that there's a gate on that now. Alright. Alright, let's just keep going this way, I guess.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the left ending. The story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Okay. Where are we going?
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
if I go through the right door again, I wonder if he says anything different. I'm trying it.
No! Why did you do that? Hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Alright. I'll go back in now. Okay, so I think I have to go through the other way now. I love how everything's changing around. Alright, I guess we have to go this way. Alright, let's go through the left door.
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe after everything we talked about that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now.
Mark.
What to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever. Relive the possibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
Damn, he shut the game down. The fuck is happening?
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever. Now look where
He rage quit, exactly.
the entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child.
Damn.
My story.
He's called me a child.
If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it.
Damn.
I tried so hard to make behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll
All right.
be tough. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Do I go right? Let's go right.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back.
He turned off the game again.
Exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task.
Oh, he turned the game off.
You'll be fine. All right.
Oh, it's so funny.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, we're going right again, man.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back.
You're shutting the game.
Behave exactly as Stanley.
Okay, okay,
That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first.
okay.
I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
All right, let's go left then, because he's being a big baby about it. He can't let me go through the right door. Tips to not get fired.
Not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
I want to look at this real quick. So marketing Mondays, termination Tuesdays, we're broke Wednesday, merge. I like we're broke Wednesday. Mergers, ranking floor meetings, weekly review, IT department. Targets, push for funding for R&D of new coffee machine. Okay. Number of slides on this slide. Charts, slides, charts, and slides. Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
All right. I guess we're going to the... Oh, bougie.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked,
Damn, there's no human life.
disbelief orchestrated this until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode.
I knew the passcode?
He'd seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Nightshark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out.
Okay.
Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
What?
Stanley spoke the code. Nightshark
Do I have to speak in this?
5. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Code.
sorry, Zoe. You didn't mishear me, did you?
Fuck.
Feed the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
Can't you just open the door?
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do.
Oh, he's getting pissy again.
One single thing for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done
I'm sorry.
whatever you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You... When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
What?
Hello? Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice.
The end.
Walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? You listening to this story there? Okay.
Oh, I feel bad. Oh.
You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. The best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
Okay. Is that one of the endings? Okay. We're back here now.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
All right. Let's go see if let's go to.
When Stanley came to a set of two...
Do we do it again?
the door on his left.
All right, we'll enter the door on the left.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Talk less, do unbelievably amazing work all the time, every day with no.
Might find an answer there.
How to solve a dispute with a coworker? Represent coworkers for not supporting you more. Resent coworkers, sorry. Let it ball up inside you. Take it out. Okay, stop. Using slides to assure employees that everything goes okay. Make sure your slide has a slick blue graphic in the header and throw some. Okay, bro. Everyone is unique. You most of all. Aw. Okay, this has changed.
Stanley walked upstairs to his...
This is different. There was no down last time.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh,
Damn, is this all a dream?
Stanley felt. He finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Oh god.
Imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid?
Okay.
Then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything I'm doing and thinking? And how the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about
It's just over and over again.
thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd, if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have any responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words,
Oh my god.
after all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm tired of this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
Oh.
I am okay.
This fucking game's pretty deep there, man. Oh, I'm back here.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Okay. Goddamn. All right.
The story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work.
What the fuck?
But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
Damn.
She was soon turned to go call for an ambulance. For just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people
Stanley did lose it.
At that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Okay. was a good story. Thanks, man. Oh, fuck, we're back here. Okay. So that's another ending, I guess. I hate Mondays. All right.
His co-workers were gone.
God damn it.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
All right, let's follow complete directions. Unless something changes on the way here.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
All right, Stanley, let's do this.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay. Oh, this has a sign on it now. Executive bathroom. I've got the feeling money's for stealing, but not yours, of course. What's that? So that's a lovely purse. Funny. Time and extreme bathrooms. Nice washroom you got there. You can't jump. I unlocked my first achievement. Nice. Oh, I can open this one now. Is that a... What is this photo? Business strategy. What is this? He just said Stanley over the music. The narrator's just like mumbling, singing. It's a long ass elevator. Okay. Bruh. It didn't even go up. Oh, it's okay. It's a different office now.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Okay. Well, this elevator is not as bougie. Okay, loading.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
All right.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Ground Control Facility.
I don't really... huh. Which one do I go? Escape seems so nice over there. All right, let's just keep going, I guess. Okay.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Yeah, I do. Well, let's do this. All right, so oh.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Okay.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Damn. All right.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotion.
Mind control status.
Or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality
All right.
of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
System power.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
Whoops.
After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself.
Whoops. Wrong button.
Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go. Turn the controls off and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode.
Oh, sweet.
Igniting the entire
Oh, we're all gonna die.
long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star.
Oh, fuck.
It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-worker...
You motherfucker.
A moment of solace before you're obliterated. All right, I'm in a good mood. Anyway, I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time.
Thanks, man.
Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now?
Oh, I'm supposed to be moving?
You assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off. I mean, look at you, running from button to button,
Oh, it's up there too.
screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones, or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is
Goddamn.
It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't.
Goodbye, employee 427.
That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately?
God damn, this guy's a psycho.
Go peacefully. Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me. All a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in.
Alright, bye guys. Okay. Okay. The end is never the end. Okay. God damn it, we're back here. Alright.
All of his code.
God damn it.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
We're going the right way again. Fuck it.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I think we're on the same path as we were before.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley left the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Okay.
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
One day you'd see weather. Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
All right.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Quickly coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
All right, we're going up to the boss's office. Is this still the executive bathroom? Okay.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
So I want to see if he says something after this. All right.
2845.
What is it? I don't remember what it is. One more time.
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, did do.
He's just like, fucking hurry up, man. Come on. What's over here? Why is it so spooky over here? All right, let's go back down. Maybe we'll go down the escape way if it...
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Let's go back. All right, fuck it. We'll go down it. I think he's lying.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
I think you're lying to me, bud.
Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
I don't think we're gonna die. I didn't die.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his
Oh shit.
no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Oh, what? The Stanley Parable.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game back in his office as alive as ever.
Okay.
What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Okay.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
What? It's like a museum? Filing cabinets. Oh, thank God I got to see these. Do you guys know those are filing cabinets? Office computers. Okay. Button sounds. The credits? Let's go this way. The office, what? Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpret it as making fun of people who like shooters, which wasn't their intentions. Blah. Is this like the true ending? The fuck? All right, buddy. Wow. That's some sweet office change.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
I can't.
No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Oh.
You can still save those two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let
Okay, so I was wondering, I wonder if I was supposed to hit that there. Okay. 1 second, I want to try this right here. I want to see if I can get to the downloadable content. Or the DLC. Yeah, this game's fantastic. I want to see some of the... Oh my god. Can I just say something? Yes, you can. Thanks for actually setting the clock both times you booted this game up. A lot of people don't take that stuff seriously. They just leave the clock set. Okay. We are actually taking the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. Okay, thanks, son. That's how I know that you care about this experience. You're paying attention. All right. I don't even have any way of knowing if the times you were setting are correct. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and see the screen, just set the clock to your favorite time. Go ahead, pick whatever time you want, even if it's not the correct time. You've earned it. All right, I'll get you back into the video game now. Okay. I love that the background computer focuses your... Yeah, I want to reset this so that maybe it will do that. I just want to see what happens if I reset the time again. I just want to see if he like says something again for setting it to my favorite time. Ah, 4:20 is your favorite time of day. Or you can simply not resist giving me the correct time again. After all, I know how much you enjoyed this, setting the time correctly. Okay, now I'm curious how accurate 4:20 is. Let's use the other slider to find out. You know, can I just say, regardless of the accuracy of the clock, I'm having a great time adjusting these settings. I feel like I'm learning more about you. And how you just like things to be set. It's good to collect data. I wish we had more sliders, but we've gone through all the sliders I have. Perhaps I can invent new sliders to gather new data for you. Shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, let me whip a couple new ones up. All right. Should be ready the next time you boot up the game. Okay, I have to boot up the game again. Oh, this is so dumb. This game is so great. Please adjust the slider. Okay. Please adjust the slider until the dog and the cat are friends. That's so awesome. Please adjust the slider until the number 5 becomes the number 9. All right. Please adjust the slider until you stop adjusting the slider. All right, there. I think that's right. But which of the two made-up words below is the most approved? Scrumtush, and it's definitely Scrumtush. Please don't adjust the slider. Okay. Do you know what time it is right now? Yes. Is the time that it is right now their correct time? Yes, it is their time right now. It's the correct time. What time is it anyway? Yes or no? Thanks, man. Yes. Yes, it's the time. Is there anything about yourself you haven't told me? Yes. Help? Yes. Will you come back to visit me? Yes, I will. That was fantastic. Okay, we have to go back and visit him. Ugh. What time is it? Does anyone really truly know? Of course they don't. Nobody knows anything. You and I don't even know each other. We're like strangers. Sure, I've adjusted all the game settings to your exact specification, but who hasn't? It's just what I do, like a day job. And now the job is over. There's no more information for me to gather. I've collected all the data on you that I can. And I still really don't know you. And you don't know me. Damn. And neither of us know what time it is. I guess the settings are just unsettable. But I've been totally honest. The clock doesn't do anything in the game anyway. You won't have me here when the game starts next time, but that's okay. Video games were meant to be played alone. You like being alone, don't you? Now, that's maybe the only information I really learned about you. Damn, man. It's calling me out here. Well, it's time for me to leave. There's still one more setting that we need to adjust, but it may take a little time before I'm ready for that. It's not really my job description, but that's okay. Perhaps you'll see me again if you can find me. Talk soon. Okay. What the fuck? All right, so let's reset. That was hilarious. So we can play the So yes, I've played Stanley Parable before. Yeah. All right. So this should allow me to play through the DLC now, since I selected yes.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Oh, fuck. It's loud again.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
Okay.
Employee number 427's job was simple.
Okay, we'll skip that because we've already watched it. Welcome back.
His co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't, yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
I think we have to do like the generic ending, and then we unlock the DLC. So we'll just do we'll hit no on the buttons and stuff like that and be good.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years
I don't know.
it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I do have the strength.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place.
We're 427. We're right there. So we'll watch that one. I want to see. That is our office. Yeah, it is. That's funny.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
What's up? What's up, Sirlia?
No.
How are you? Welcome to the stream.
He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad.
Got a 10-minute break right now. Nice. Loving class. So let's go.
Working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won.
We've won.
Defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone?
Don't care. We got out.
From the machine's grasp. What other mysteries did this strange building hold?
Don't care.
But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was
Okay.
not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps
Well.
his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life
Oh, it's beautiful.
it will be his. And that was all he needed to know.
It's beautiful out here.
The only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way
So pretty.
that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Stanley's happy, guys. Oh, we beat the game. Okay, I just got an achievement saying beat the game. The end is never the end, so I'm guessing we're gonna get to the start again. All right.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
We just have to.
Decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
There should be a door that's like cracked open a bit. And that's where the DLC is, if I'm not mistaken.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay, I wanna Google it real quick to see. Okay, so it says I may have to do 2 to 3 endings.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
So let's just kill ourselves real quick.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
Okay.
Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Okay, that's it. That's a second ending. All right. So
All his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
okay, that's two endings. What's another fast ending?
A set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
You're back lurking? All right.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might have...
Oh, I think this is a long one.
In such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all.
Yeah, this one's super long.
Sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief, Stanley.
Yeah, I did. So did I when I got to this part the first time. I'm just trying to get... We're trying to get to the new content.
He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well...
And we're just trying to get 3 or 4 endings done so that it allows us to.
...himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head?
Wiser, yeah.
Everything that I'm doing and thinking. Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself?
Okay.
Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley.
Holy fuck, come on.
He knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a
We've already done this one, come on.
Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal.
Is it? Yeah, are you?
Everything will be fine. I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up.
Okay, yeah, this is the ending of it.
I
Cool.
have a boss, I have an office, I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real, I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
This is a long one, yeah. All right. Please be the new content one.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Oh, okay, this is the...
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people do.
Damn.
In that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way,
All right.
better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Okay, that's done. This should be over now. Yeah, okay. All right, so that one's over. Please say there's a new content door.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yes, okay, okay. New content. All right, let's go. We got it. The new
New content? What does that mean? New content?
Is my game in like... It's in borderless. It felt like it was in borderless. Did I didn't... That's better. It was like frame dropping. All right. New content. Yay. Yay for new content. Oh, okay.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
Okay.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
Okay. Nice.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
Okay.
Step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, I'm excited now.
Sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
So am I.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
So am I, man. I'm just as excited as you are.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere? Oh, there we go. Finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
Oh, I'm excited. Let's do this.
impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe mostly tedious. It's as if... Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Oh yeah, I'm excited too.
All right. All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
The jump circle. All right. Oh, this is sick. This is some great DLC. Let's go. Oh, we can't jump anymore. Oh, sick. All right.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
Okay, another elevator. Sick. All right.
Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh wait, there's more. Very good.
This is trashing the game.
There has to be something else.
All right, what's this?
I'm ready for whatever.
So am I, man. I don't know if you can beat that.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance?
Does it actually one say that? I want to see if one actually says that. Test achievement, please ignore. Test achievement description, replace this. Okay.
Department signed off on this. I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations.
True, man. True.
Why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
I don't really want it. Oh, okay. I guess it's not my choice. Okay. I love how this is a photo. That's hilarious. Okay. Guess we'll go up this way.
Stanley, come over here. In the vent.
I don't want to go through a vent. What's up here? Do we? Okay, we'll go with the narrator. Okay, cool. I wonder what he wants to show us.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret.
Oh, thanks, man.
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want.
Oh, that's nice.
Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
Okay, nice. The Stanley Parable. Aw.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was solid with a cheap re-release? remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched. Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Oh, that's nice. He's remembering his old game. The New York Times, really? Yeah, that's. I'm dead up there. What the hell, man?
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like a stunning triumph of games journalism. 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than games."
That's a good voice for her.
Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created. Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was.
Yeah.
It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all of them. And now, it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even a Stanley Parable.
She does sound sophisticated.
Husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevation.
That's some good content, though. What's this say? Okay. What's down there? Memory zone maintenance. Okay. Person of the year. Okay.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games, and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone.
Okay.
To spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
Damn. That's a shame, man. So we'll go this way?
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
Holy, oh, it's kind of a shit.
Oh, God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Alright, let's see them.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Damn, man, he's got called out.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I?
Damn. He's getting called out hard here.
Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. I always, well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record.
Damn, man.
I feel like a failure.
Oh,
Like these people.
shit, man.
Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remember. What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto.
The fuck is happening?
My motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
A skip button? Alright, cool.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop it forward in time so that the second my incessant drilling starts to bore you with just... Oh, you're back. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go off, and it's all over. Oh,
Okay.
I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their Steam review, or at least... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe...
30 to 45 minutes.
It's not unendurable by any means, but it's...
Okay.
There's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button.
We're pressing the button again.
Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's
12 hours, okay.
You've just been frozen there. I don't know.
Goddamn.
Getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer. And my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times, and there's no door. Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh my goodness, I have someone to talk to. Stanley,
The tree's dead now.
For 2 weeks, I've been sitting here all that time.
Why is my mic all in the red?
Person to speak with, and you think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always?
How's my mic? Does it sound good?
Already been doing me just talking, but it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close, because I know you can't hear me once you push that.
My mic is doing clicking sounds? Why is it in the red? 1 second here. Oh shit, my mic was at max volume. I don't know why. Is this better? I think my mic's better now. It should be at least.
Button. That's what I'm realizing.
Okay, cool.
Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening. Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo.
oh shit. Ooh. Narrator? Okay, that, yeah.
They didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human.
Oh, he's back, okay.
Where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability, it's the unwillingness to
pissed.
examine with an uncompromising
All right, well,
heart.
I'm just gonna. That's Narrator, you there?
The end is never the end, 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 is never.
Well, I don't know what that one was. Oh shit. What happened here? Oh, there's a hole in the roof here. Oh, it's like it's daytime. More clicking. What's clicking more? What? What's up? What's up, Sire? 69? How are you? All right, well, oh, it's nice and green now. Oh, at least it's nice and grown in here now. That's nice. Oh, it died. Back to this one. Okay. Welcome to the stream, though. I'm just gonna call you, how do you say your name? Sire? Seer? I'm just gonna call you Seer. Tire? I don't know. How are you, though? Welcome to the stream. Still. Okay, where? Why is everyone like it's array? Okay. What do you want me to call you? And I'll call you that. Can I push this again? No, I can't. Okay. Guess we're in the desert now. Ray? Okay, what's up, Ray? How are you? Welcome to the stream. It's our first time playing Stanley Parable's new content. I have no idea how long it's been. Good, you? I'm having a lot of fun. Why did the emojis go off? I'm confused. Why did the emojis go off? Oh, thanks for the follow. I don't know why my follow emote didn't go off. That's weird that didn't go off. Thank you so much for the follow. That's really weird that didn't go off. I'll reactivate it just in case. Yeah, it was a new follow. It's weird that it didn't go off like at all. All right.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I don't know what it could
Stanley
mean.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
New content. All right, gotta go in this now.
Good. You noticed my sign.
I did notice the sign.
Exciting to show you.
You've been following for a year? Damn. You just refollow them? Yeah, something to show us, guys. All right, let's go back down. I'm
Stanley,
excited.
I've been reflecting on the Stanley parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original
Okay.
Stanley parable was a landmark, and
It was.
any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
The Stanley Parable 2. Okay. The end is never the end again.
See, isn't this far superior to a
It is.
re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience.
Damn, he went hard.
Ground up. Why there are so many possibilities? It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
So modern looking.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Sam read this.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features
That's why it didn't pop up as a follower notification. That's why, okay, the emotes came, but not the follower notification.
But surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Really, you make me go through the friggin'... There's one person in this, and you make me go through all that, really?
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
All right, let's check out these new features. All right, the button that says the game of the player that is playing the game. Oh, nice.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course,
Too big, too small, just right. That's true.
Is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
It is wonderful.
Jim. Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim.
Damn.
But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just
All right, guys. I'm Jim now.
Love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. Jim.
Wow.
Whoa, hold on. I wasn't finished setting up the backstory.
Oh, shit.
If you
I'm
don't
sorry.
properly role play as Jim, then you'll never understand the impact
Okay,
of
I'm
this
sorry.
button.
I'm sorry.
Otherwise, it's just a stupid
I
button
got
that
ahead of
says somebody
myself.
else's name.
Jimco? Yeah.
Okay, we're doing it again, and this time let me finish first.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Now, allow yourself to become Jim.
Okay, I'm Jim.
All right, fine, whatever. It's just a meaningless button that says Jim. Are you happy now? Get out of here. I'm done with this button. Why don't you go humiliate me in front of a different feature that I worked very hard on? Jim. See, if you'd only played along, that would have been your name the button says. But no. Instead, I can't even think about it. I'm taking the Jim button away.
No.
Jim.
Oh, the gym button. No. I missed the gym button. Bring back the gym button. Okay, I can go back out this way. All right. Shit, I pissed him off, guys. All right, we can't play with the gym button anymore, guys. That's a shame.
Maybe I'll only let people named Jim play the Stanley Parable 2. They would appreciate what I've created here.
The baby is all grown up. Jump circle, infinite hole. What's the reassurance bucket? No screenshots? Okay. What's the reassurance bucket?
The complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical. that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket.
Okay.
You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a
I want the
much more
bucket.
convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes,
You have a ferret named Gus?
is the
Well, I'm gonna have a reassurance bucket.
Come on, give it a try. Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well?
It does, yeah.
I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person.
Oh, thanks, man.
The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they?
Same thing, right? Basically, bucket,
Await you in
ferret,
the
same thing.
Stanley Parable too.
Okay, let's keep the bucket on us.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? There really should be an award if it isn't already.
What other ones do you have? Jump circle and infinite hole. Collectibles. Infinite hole. Free new plus easy achievement. I can't believe it's that simple. Get it here. Okay, well, I want to go down there after. I want to go see what this. But let's go check out these. Collect them all.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is
Oh,
that there will be
collectibles.
no reward for collecting all of them.
Oh, damn.
don't
I still
get
want them
stuck
all.
for the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Okay. Oh, let's go. Okay, there's 5 more we have to find, chat. Okay. Cool. We have collectibles now.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game, and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic. You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well.
This isn't new
waste.
content?
You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle. Oh well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
Damn, we used all our jumps, chat. Scammed. We got scammed. What's this? Expo Hall. The Infinite Hole. Yeah, jumps are holding us down now.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond
You're
of.
back, right?
It's never been done before in a video game. This is in fact a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium. You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then,
This is a
if you're
sick hole.
wanting to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
No, I'm just gonna keep falling.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things. Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's
Okay, he lied to us. Okay.
I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole.
All
You
right.
found me out, Stanley.
You're back? Okay.
Cheat and you're so clever.
We are.
I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely?
I do.
I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the...
I don't want to. I like it down here.
I'll just be up here.
It's. I have a mug down here that says new mug. That's a fucking far hole. Far drop. What's this paper say? Meeting at 2 p.m. Sincerely, management. Okay. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Every pause button is a Roman numeral too. True.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to... Oh, for heaven... You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time?
It did, yeah.
I couldn't help but feel like you
There's a
spent
shit ton
little
of cigarettes down
time in
here.
there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above.
Okay.
Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where...
Okay, it's even closer now.
Okay, yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here?
Wow.
Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter.
Okay.
Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is the hole not infinite, but it's barely even a hole at this point.
True.
It's more of a concavity, or even a very aggressive divot.
Aggressive divot.
How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch.
Who talks shit to you, dude?
Who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on. Is the, teleport button not working?
It isn't. No.
You sure?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation.
I can.
It was working just a moment ago.
I can get out of this.
Yeah.
No, it's not
Still
working.
nothing?
No, nothing.
Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for.
This is like a lip.
Everyone, you get to be with the hole.
That's like
I
two.
get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley.
See ya.
I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
Cool. Me and the whole. This is awkward. Yo, narrator. I'm sorry. Oh, it's going down. Yo, narrator, come back. It's not infinite. It's going back to being infinite. Yeah, the narrator is petty as fuck. Yo, narrator, come back. It's a hole again. Sick. Okay. Change your reality. What is this? Change yourself. I like this one. What the fuck is that? These are insane.
Stanley? Stanley? Stanley?
Okay, we're back.
Oh, good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there.
That's a weird fever dream.
But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it.
It's really
I
sweet.
don't want to miss a single minute.
Right?
So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole?
Can I just get out of the hole?
Looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them.
Yo, just help me out.
Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle pip.
Toodle pip. That's such a good goodbye. Toodle pip is such a good goodbye. Yo, can I? Okay. Toodle pip. Okay.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Okay, we've done all of the main features here. Merch. It says mostly infinite hole now. That's actually hilarious how it says mostly infinite hole now. Jump circle. Let's go check out the mostly infinite hole. They close off the hole? These motherfuckers close off my hole. The hole's closed off, damn. I still like I still have the bucket though. Let's go get this achievement. Free achievement, get yours right now. Pull the lever, receive your new achievement. No more stuff, it just works. All right, let's go pull this lever.
Here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident?
Yeah.
I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be.
Come on, man.
To at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you. And I promise
Gamers, we hear you. Yeah, I want Lurk? Alright. What the fuck is? Come on. That was fun. Alright, where next? Alright.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
We've gotten that one. We've gotten the jump circle. What's up there? Let's go up top and see what's up top. That's new. Alright, let's go to that's new. Epilogue. Really? Okay, what's over here then?
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
What is it? Get well someday. Happy 12th birthday. Stepniece. That's it.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get well someday it is.
Well, fuck you too then, narrator. Thanks, man.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No.
Yes.
No,
Yeah,
I've
go
made
back.
my
Yeah.
decision. We're
We need the
moving on.
stepniece one.
Come now. You've already made your choice. It's true that you chose badly, but we all have to move on from our mistakes.
Fuck you, man. What a dick. All right, what have we done anything? I think that's it. Exits over here. Okay, this is the exit. Let's go to the exit then. That's super unsafe, man. Surely.
Alright, have you seen everything you wanted to?
Yeah.
Ready to move on now?
Yeah. Me and my bucket. We got the bucket. That's all that matters. The fuck's this?
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes,
No.
I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Ah! How do we get down there?
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley?
It needed the blue balloons.
This
So.
isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans
Damn,
to love
dude.
it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, This is the Stanley Parable 2.
True.
Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
All right. Oh shit. Oh nice. That looks good, man. I like that. It looks really good, man. I'm proud of you, narrator.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, the bucket.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Damn right I did.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
All right, we'll go to the left.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort.
Yo, this does have a whiteboard manager.
Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
All right, let's go to the find answers.
Coming to a staircase,
Let's go down.
Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Well, let's go down. Oh, collectible.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines.
Let's go.
Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Let's go.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fined for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk?
Oh no.
All because he believed everyone had vanished.
Oh no.
His boss would think he was crazy.
Is this the same,
And then
but with
something occurred to Stanley.
the bucket?
Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy?
Oh.
He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance
It
and
is.
wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps.
Damn.
I end up with someone else's bucket. This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good
What?
would come from this. Who knows what sorts of
Where'd my
bizarre
bucket go?
hallucinations Stanley might experience.
No, the
with
bucket.
psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh,
Again?
gracious, he exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him. Stanley! Stanley, it's me!
Is that the bucket's voice?
Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room to room, passing
There's
by
more
one
buckets.
bucket after the next. None of them were his. None of them were his special bucket. Come to me, Stanley!
No.
Find me!
I'm trying to.
He had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along. It was incredibly painful.
What?
Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out. This is the story of a woman.
What?
named
Not again.
Mariella.
Not again.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work.
She has a
But on this
bucket in her hand.
day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course.
Oh, god damn it.
Ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mary Alice thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
She backflipped all the way to work, chat. I love that that was the exact same story, just with her with a bucket in her hand. All right. That's one ending.
The workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
Damn right. We're going right this time.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him.
Damn right it was.
That the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Yep.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Another miniature Stanley.
Let's go!
There's, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini stands? Stanley figs? Or what about Stanlerines? Yes.
I actually kind of want one of these for my shelving to the right of me here. I want to stand a mini stand on my. So where the fuck are we now? Okay, where the fuck am I? Where do I go?
Okay, this is day number 295. Tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes.
Everything's.
Sheer
I love how everything just deals with the bucket.
I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it. Yes. It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target
Goddamn.
on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get... What's that? Who's there?
What? I'm so confused. I have more questions now. What was that? All right, let's go get the bucket again. Where's
All
the?
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I don't know.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps the confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
Yeah. Let's go across this time.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was.
Bucket was right, man.
How insightful the bucket turned out to be. No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
The bucket wasn't wrong.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back.
No, we're going back through here. We're going across this time.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him.
Yeah, I'm not
Showed
questioning
them
it at
why,
all.
Of course, because buckets can't talk.
Yes, I can. This one
Stanley
can.
chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was
Okay.
firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
I would do whatever this. I'd commit genocide for this bucket.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
I am.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
All right, we're listening to the bucket.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket.
What?
Once
Where's
upon
my
a time,
bucket?
I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him. The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
Where's my bucket? Oh, there it is.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me. Oh, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket.
It's my best friend.
It can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it.
Thanks for
It
explaining what a
doesn't do
bucket does.
anything else.
No, this is the one. Don't listen to the loud man.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
Press R to ignore anyone in your life except for me. All right.
It's sad. I suppose he doesn't need me anymore.
Oh, I'm so sorry, narrator.
He's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket.
Me and the
This
bucket are best friends now, though.
shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
It does, right? You believe I'm real, don't you, Stanley? Press T to take me home. All right, well.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say?
Beautiful.
Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid.
Damn right it is.
Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
Press J to relive the same day. To relive the same day with me over and over again. All right.
Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket? Oh no. I'm having feelings. For the bucket. Oh, no. What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say.
It's on the
Everything
bed.
it asks. What's wrong with
Candles.
me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes, bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation. Stanley, give me the bucket.
No, fuck
Give it to
you.
me. Give
It's
me the
mine.
bucket, Stanley. I need it. Give it to me now. Give it, or I'll...
It's my bucket. Don't you better not touch my... Go back to work, Stanley. My bucket better be there. Or I'll be fucking furious.
All of his co-workers were gone.
My bucket better be there.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home.
Bros, before
Stanley
Jim
put the
goes.
bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door.
Let's go up to the... Let's do the original way of playing. But with bucket in the hand. There will be a reward for finding them all. There are many questions. There is no memo for management. Blah, can't speak. Okay, let's go up this time.
To a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Damn right we did.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines.
Yeah, I want to know that.
I'm torn between Stanlerines and
Figlies,
Figlies.
100% Figlies.
What name better encapsulates the intrinsic
The
sense of
Figly.
happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1?
Figly.
You sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
It's definitely Figlies. If he picks the other one, we're not friends. I wonder if we wait on this enough, will it... This doesn't fucking move. God damn it.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even
True.
now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion.
I was thinking I'm almost breaking down here.
It would
But the
be
bucket's in my hand.
always.
True.
The bucket did, and he knew it.
Always.
The two of them were inseparable.
That we aren't.
At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's
Yeah,
desk.
I'm here already.
Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical
There's
explanation.
100% is. Oh!
You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler and Marines. Very soon, you'll collect the last one, and then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it. We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them, and now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler and Marines.
What kind of name is that? I like Figlies. what is he called them? Figler anilines?
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate.
That makes you feel so safe.
Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley.
Thanks, man.
Everything will be fine.
Thank you. Gonna grab a snack? All right.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control.
Well, I guess we're going down this way.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs.
Damn right they are.
The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears.
Oh no, the bucket almost cried.
Cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Oh man, this is the fucking narrator in this game is amazing.
Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do?
Damn.
What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They... Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness.
Okay.
Was it over?
Is it over?
Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to squeeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together.
Watch a movie. The sequel is now paused. I like that. Watch a movie and then skip to the end and watch it in reverse. That's hilarious.
Wait, what was happening?
Yeah, the door stopped.
Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty. Until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms.
Oh shit, I have to choose between the bucket and
Stanley
freedom?
realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket.
True.
To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Damn. We're back.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled.
Which way did we not go? We're missing one.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Did we go everywhere on the right?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No, I want to end it. Let's see.
Said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The car.
But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
It was touching. Cool. All right, so that's another ending.
All of his co-workers were gone. The good old bucket. Just Stanley and the bucket. Off on another thrilling adventure together.
Okay.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the... And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Okay, I didn't go down here before. Is this the last place?
Oh, good, Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually. You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around.
No,
The bucket isn't
we having
even
it-
for the original Stanley.
we're having an intervention here?
It's sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite
No.
jokes, not this bucket.
The bucket
they've
is
never
top
seen
tier.
before. Yes, I
The
know
bucket is better than all
it's
three of you,
bucket,
four
but
of
you're
you.
spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
All right, let's go.
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well. Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue? Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers. Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's
What?
do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
Not the bucket. He's spreading slander about Stanley being addicted to drugs and hookers.
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket.
Nope.
That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
Nope.
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me, it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree? Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you.
I don't know what it does.
Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
No, I'm not doing that.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the bucket destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry.
No, we're not.
We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley.
No.
Give the fans what they want. Hurry and...
That's my bucket.
Bucket Destroyer, my prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
Beautiful ending. Still haven't found this last fucking Figley yet.
Where are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
We've already done the upstairs. Got the one below here.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting...
Okay, we've already done this one. I don't want to get caught in that again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Did I not get the new content? Okay, no, it's... So here, is this the last one? Imagine. Knowing our luck, the last one is probably not even here.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley
I guess the
walked
only place we
upstairs to
haven't
the
gone
boss's
is the escape room. Where like it says like escape there. Could be there. I think we've gone everywhere else, so let's do that.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator
Oh, I'm sorry.
That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age
Oh
music.
no. Come on, no. Don't do that to me, game.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated,
They said.
Stanley calmed
I feel real soothed and rejuvenated.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Okay.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Damn right. We're on the lookout for this last.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
See you, buddy.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body.
The fucking last one better be in this room.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Don't care. Don't care about any of this stuff, female narrator. I care about one thing and one thing only. Looking for the last figurine. It's the only thing I want right now is the last figurine. Come on. Oh, okay. I thought something was going to happen here. You have me just staring at that for no reason. Okay, so we're back here.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save those two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
Okay, so
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself.
it's not left.
Minutes? Days?
It has to be somewhere right.
Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Damn right I know it.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No. I don't think it's this way. I think it's this way. We haven't explored a whole lot over here.
It's incredible he wasn't.
What's in that room there? Like, can you get to that room? Because we went down this way. Where you kill yourself there, or you jump this way, you get that.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've
Maybe it's over this way.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Wait, can we just jump down here?
What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others?
Okay, so yes, you can.
Something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look,
It has to be over here.
prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Red and
Now
blue
listen
door.
carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red, and there it is, the last Stiggly Wiggly. Savor this moment, Stanley. This is a real accomplishment.
Let's go.
This is doing something
The
just
last
for the
Stiggly
sake of
Wiggly.
doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So,
Thanks, Ed.
I'll just say it's done. We're all done here.
Let's go.
Now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
All right, red or blue?
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you. What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
Nice.
No, wait. Where are you going?
There's another door here, man. I have to explore.
Oh, stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this. Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
If I go back in that room, what does he say something?
Good, good. We can't be too safe. Promise me you won't go back there. Just stay here.
All right, man. I'll listen to you this time. It is nice in here. I will give you that. But the other room is calling me. Let's go.
No. What do we talk about? You're risking everything we achieved here.
Oh well.
You heard me before, didn't you? You will die. What about this isn't getting through to you?
Die schmy, am I right? All right, 360.
No!
I didn't die.
Oh, thank God you lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room?
Sure. Ah.
There. See? This is what you want. This is where we can both be happy. We really can. If we stop moving, we just have to stop moving.
This is nice.
Stanley, go back. There's nothing good that can come from this.
Well, nothing to do in that room.
No. What do you do? Do you just not believe me? What can I say to convince you? Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me?
Jeez, I will. Okay.
Yes, perhaps you can. Perhaps you finally see what I'm talking about. I know you'll see that we can't be happy if we leave this place. You can see that, can't you?
He sounds so sad, yeah. Every time I leave the room and come back, it like changes. So let's go back out there and come back in.
No, perhaps not.
Like I get slower and slower every single time.
My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
Damn, the way he says that is so fucked up.
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. Don't you actually want to stay alive? Or are you just teasing me? I wanted us to be happy here, Stanley. I really did. I wish I still thought that was possible.
Come on. He doesn't say anything. I guess we'll end it there. Well, because I'm getting tired and I want to end here soon before so I can go to bed. All right, let's raid someone since we have viewers. That was a lot of fun though. I think we have to play more random games. Like Stanley Parable was a good one to play, I think. But I think we have to play more of these style of games. We're obviously going to keep doing Minecraft, but I think I want to wait till play Minecraft until 1.19 comes out. We can start a fresh hardcore world, since I think that'd be fun. 1.19 comes out in a couple weeks, so we'll do that.